one who believes there is a God indeed, like everyone else, but practically in the way they live, that person is not different than a person who believes there is no God. So perhaps you believe there is God, perhaps you believe in Christianity, perhaps you pray, this and that, all these things. Practically, the way you live as if God is not there. It does not affect your life anyhow, what you believe. So it's a theory, sort of, that you believe there is a God, but that's all it is, you see. So if we put a camera on you from sunset to sunset, your life is still the same. There is no significance of God in you anyhow. There's no acknowledgement of God in your life. So you are the same with somebody who does not believe there is a God. There is no God. So you are a practical atheist. So what is it that you have to do? This God that we claim to know, he must affect our lives. In what way? We must be seen by the way we seek him, by the way we live for him. Actually, let me read a certain verse, then I will explain what I am saying. 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 15. It says, and he died for all, that those who live might no longer live for themselves, but for him who for their sake died and was raised. So he says that Jesus Christ died so that you may no longer live for yourself, but that you may live for him. Explain what is to live for God. First, to live for God is to seek him so that you may be saved. That's the first thing, so that your sins may be forgiven. Second is that you may live for him in terms of him being the Lord of your life. That is called obedience. So you live for God first in salvation, being saved and being born again. Second, you live for God in obedience. In obedience. You see, God again has got a certain standard. The Bible is there in that standard. Therefore, if you say you believe in God, it has to affect your life in the way you live in terms of obedience. You see. And then finally, how do we live for God? When we now make efforts to spread this message, to spread the gospel of our salvation. So that's the third thing in terms of living for God. It's when we now work for God. You can call it ministry or whatever, but it's when you dedicate your life to serving God, to working for him and spreading his message. That's how you live for God, you see. So you live for God by seeking him, being saved. You live for God by obedience. You live for God by serving, service, being a servant, you see.